Welcome to Sports World. This week we have with us DeAnna Price, U.S. track and field Olympic athlete and current holder of the American women's hammer throw record at 78.24 meters. First, DeAnna, thank you for joining us, and how are you doing?
Doing well. I appreciate you having me.
Well, thanks for coming out. We have some questions for you, so let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Can you tell us how you got started with the hammer throw?
So the hammer throw, I started out in about, it was my sophomore year in high school. One of my good friends, Erin Cooper, her father was an assistant coach at my high school. And he said, hey, please come to my house, come to my house. You know, I'm about 15 years old. I'm thinking like, danger. That's weird. I'm not going to go to your house. I don't know you that well. And luckily he's a big sweetheart, really good guy. And he was pretty persistent, and he got a hold of my mom and dad. And I end up going to his house, and he hands me the hammer, which I was thinking was like a hammer. But no, it's an 8.8 pound ball and a 3 foot 11-inch wire, and it weighs about and it's 4 kilos, and it's attached with a nice little handle there. And I remember winding it around my head because he's like, just wind it and throw. So I wind it, and I smack myself right in the forehead with the handle. And I remember dropping it, and I was like, thank you, Mr. Cooper. I appreciate this, but I'm going to go to college and play softball. I'm not going to go to college for track and field. And, you know, he was, again, pretty persistent. But I played softball, basketball, volleyball, and track. And hammer was more of just like, if I had a free time, I went to his house and I would throw. And so altogether, we tallied up about 3 months of training before college with the hammer throw. And I was throwing it about 185 feet.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, earned myself a scholarship to Southern Illinois University, and, you know, it's kind of been history since then.
Well, speaking of Southern Illinois, you had back-to-back NCAA titles with them. When did it become clear to you that you were going to go to the Olympics?
So it kind of started taking off in 2015. You know, I made my first, I call it my first like big girl team. I made a junior team in 2012 where I went to Barcelona, Spain. So that was something where it kind of gave me an idea like, oh, I would just really like to make more teams. But the plan was to, you know, go to college, get a degree in accounting, and become a forensic accountant. And it was probably crazy because, you know, I jumped from my sophomore year to my junior year going, you know, 65, I think it was like 65, 60, and going then to 72, 30 by my junior year. So it was a massive jump. It was a lot farther. And it kind of took me by surprise that it kind of took off like that. And I ended up placing second at USATF outdoor championships, which was insane. And, you know, ended up going to, I think it was like 3 teams that year. So it was San Jose, Costa Rica for NACX, Toronto, Canada for Pan Ams, and then World Championships was in Beijing, China. So it was really, really interesting. And I did really well all the way up until Worlds. I think I got, it was like 18th. But, you know, my first big girl meet, I was pretty excited about it. You know, I was like, wow, this is something really kind of cool. And when I got a taste for that, that's kind of where we started setting our sights on possibly making this Olympic team. And I knew it was going to be really hard. I knew it was definitely going to be a journey. You know, there was about 5 to 6 girls who could all throw over 70 meters. And it was to the point, like, it's either you throw 70 meters or you know, you ain't going to make it. So, you know, it was pretty crazy because Olympic Games, it was like 74, 90 is what won it. And then me and Gwen Berry were both at 73.09 and made the Olympic team, which I think, you know, the Olympics coming up this following year, I think it's going to be a lot further. You know, just to make this world team last year, it was 75.30 is what got us to make the team. So that was kind of intense. You know, I was at 78.24. Next girl was 76 high, I think 76.69, and then the third girl was 75. You know, 30. So it was it's interesting. It's really, really interesting, and with how far, you know, it's developed.
That's pretty awesome. Tokyo is going to be your second Olympics, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your thought process when you found out that the Olympics had been postponed to 2021?
So of course, everyone's dream is, that's what we train for, world championships, Pan Am Games, NACAX, Team USA functions, USA championships. It all leads up to doing one thing, is to try to prepare yourself for the Olympic trials and to get ready, and so you can make the Olympic team. So it was a little bit of a disappointment, of course, but it is completely understandable. It is one of those things where, my want, the needs of many outweighs my want, of course. And to be honest, it's something that needed to be safe. It was something that, it's going to make people feel better. Maybe by that time the US would be fine, but it might be going rampant in another country. And, you don't want everybody to be going to the Olympic Village and possibly having the coronavirus and having an outbreak there. And it's definitely trying to be more safe. I know our USATF, our sanction and the IOC, we're definitely having a hard time trying to figure out how to make this work because of the investors, because of, how much money that they put into all of this. But I think they did the right decision of postponing it a year. And, what I'm going to do with that is just take more time to keep training and get consistent and try to get over that 80-meter mark.
That's a pretty great response there.
Oh, thanks.
With that being said, you still have to prepare for 2021. All the gyms are currently closed. What are you doing to keep yourself prepared and it's the top of your game?
So I'm very fortunate. My husband is actually my coach, JC Lambert, and I have a very fantastic support system. So here at Southern Illinois University, we use the weight room, we use the throwing facility. But whenever everything was shutting down, the weight coaches, they were all letting me know, saying, hey, we foresee this closing down, just giving you a heads up. If you need to take some bumpers, you can take some bumpers and some bumper plates. And I was like, okay. And luckily, right after they told us that, we went straight to Dick's Sporting Goods. I dipped into my savings account and, I bought weight equipment. I bought a rack, a bar, I bought weights. I just bought a very expensive Alico weight set. My husband is very handy. Luckily, he builds a lot of things. So he built me lifting blocks, a lifting platform. It finally got us to clean out our garage. So I guess that's the good thing about it. But I'll say my wallet hurts because, all my money is tied up on international competitions. So this year, not having any international competitions, I was very fortunate that I did very well last year. So I was able to kind of, make things work a little bit better. The money that I was going to use for, putting into my retirement, I put that into, actually, building the weight room, being able to, make things work a little bit easier. And, buying implements, going out to, just a field and throwing in it and, finding a concrete pad and just tossing and then stepping in the holes and, rotate different places and be like, hey, hi, United States Olympian, can I please throw in your open field? And luckily a lot of people around here, they do know me. So they're very nice and very kind, and being like, I really appreciate it. Yes, you can. Or, we really don't want to twist our ankles when we walk through the pasture. So it's pretty good. Just making things work and doing the best that we can, just trying to be strong, trying to keep faith. God is good to us. Luckily my husband, what we're doing with this time is, he's able to work more individually one-to-one with me. So, my marks is actually better than they were last year. So what I'm hoping is to keep up with that function, keep driving, and hopefully we'll have a few competitions by the end of the season. Hopefully by August, September, I'm hoping. But I know that they are projecting another wave of the coronavirus during that time due to, people getting out more, people, that's what they're projecting. But what we're hoping is to have a couple competitions and then set up and get ready for, 2021.
Well, DeAnna, I want to say thank you for allowing us to do this interview. It was amazing. Sports World, thank you for watching. DeAnna, we can't wait to see you in the Olympics in 2021 and see you win a gold medal, hopefully.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you again for allowing us to do the interview.
Oh, well, I appreciate you having me.
Sports World, stay tuned for next week when we'll have another interview for you. Have a great one. Bye.